Hey there, what do you say there, world? Welcome to the Races Recap. I am Justin.
I'm Diana.
And nobody is joining us right now. Oh. Nobody's joining us right now, unfortunately. It looks like Krista has a lot of dancing stuff coming up, so she's going to take some weeks off. And James Earl is not really feeling up to it tonight. A lot of people have heavy hearts, and I can understand that. I was hoping to do the show as a way for people to get away from all the craziness tonight. Everywhere you look, there's talk about the sadness and the tragedy that happened in Orlando, and it's a shame, but I think that life should go on and people can have a place to escape rather than turning on every channel they talk to everywhere on social media. It's all this negative talk. So let's get away from it for a little while and go into the imaginary world of creating our own amazing race. Hopefully Brittany will be joining us. I spoke to her earlier about an hour ago and everything was fine, so we're just kind of waiting for her to jump in.
Those links are hard to find. Oh, there she is.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
We were just talking, saying, Brittany should be here any minute, and you just appear.
Boom.
Yes. I had to figure this out. I actually didn't have this hooked up, so I had to download it.
It happened a couple times, Google Hangouts. So hey there, how you feeling?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I love your map in the background.
Oh, it's all the places I've went in the world.
That's actually I don't have any tattoos, and I'm dying to get a tattoo. And if he lets me get one, I want to just get like our route line, just the line somewhere.
Oh, like for the whole trip that you guys took?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I thought it'd be cool, like even if you got like the outline of the map, but written in like that clear kind of only glow in the dark.
Yeah,
and
like
then
UV.
The UV, and then you have the route. The route line is always there, but we'll see. I don't know. It's just an idea.
Do it.
Yeah, I want to, but like I'm torn between. I don't have any tattoos, so part of me likes just being pure and not having any, and then the other part of me is like, why waste my body and not have any? So I'm in this limbo.
You can get it in a spot that's not completely out there.
Yes,
yeah.
Hidden.
Yeah, and she's a teacher, so. But whatever, we're here. It's tattoos. We're having some fun. Did you enjoy your experience on The Amazing Race?
I did. I actually hope that they ask us to come back, but I have a feeling if they do ask any like a girl team, it's going to be the cheerleaders, which I totally agree with. I love the two of them. So. Well,
yeah, I think there'll be two girl teams at least for All Stars, because there's a lot of powerful girl teams in the past 2-3 seasons, 2 seasons at least. And hopefully they'll only have season 29 to pick from, and season 30 will be All-Stars.
And I feel like a lot of people underestimated you guys, so hopefully that...
Including us.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Actually, when we finished the show, even production was like, we can't even, they underestimated us. They all were like, we can't even believe you guys, so.
I think they always underestimate the girl teams, because they also like, They kind of overplayed the we're athlete thing with Krista and Tiffany, and they ended up doing really well. And a lot of people were surprised that they made it to the Final Four. So, go girl power that you guys are showing them.
Absolutely. We thought we were going to end up in some placement as far as Tiffany and Chrissy, but I mean, unfortunately it happened. So we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it? So that's good to hear. You got a lot of negative stuff online, and obviously I could relate to that from my season, but also there was some talk about maybe a bad edit. Do you think that you got an unfair or a bad edit?
We only made it 4 episodes, and in the first episode, Jessica had made a joking comment that just went everywhere, and unfortunately, as her partner, I got tied into it, so automatically it was assumed that I also said it, even though I didn't.
I know what that's like, okay?
Yeah.
I get tied into everything you did, but yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, and then in the second episode, we weren't even really in it because we fell somewhere in the middle. And then in the third episode, same situation. We ended up 5th place, I think it was, somewhere kind of in the middle, so we weren't really on the show. And then 4th episode, we were gone. So it was the whole show, and it was just a really bad day for us. And it did kind of upset us that they edited things the way they did. Like, when they said we were running for the or we weren't running for the train, we knew we were missing the train. We didn't have tickets. We couldn't illegally get on the train. And we knew we were missing it. And I was just thousands of tweets and comments. Why didn't they run? Why didn't they run? But they edited it so that it looked like we should have ran.
Right.
But
that stinks.
Yeah.
I love how when we were going through our season, there was really no people kind of to back us up. Like, I feel like our season was the first season to kind of like start sticking up for ourselves online because we were getting such nasty things said about us. So I feel like when your season came around, it was okay for you guys to like stick up for yourself and to like show your side of what was happening, because we weren't really allowed to do that, I guess you could say, or supposed to.
You guys were the first cast that actually had permission. We were doing it illegally, but you guys were the first cast that had permission to tweet back. So how much you were pretty active.
yes, I don't know if we necessarily had permission. I think it was more expected that because we're all on social media and so prevalent and not like we all have these crazy personalities and we're all really outgoing. It was expected for all of us to get on and like fire back. Like I know I stuck up for Dana on multiple accounts because you've met Dana. Like Dana's amazing. And
awesome.
You know, they edit it to make Matt this perfect angel and just, you know, it's all these crazy things, but permission I don't think we necessarily had, but we definitely got on and we stuck up for ourselves. You know, most of us are pretty sarcastic, and
yeah,
I don't know.
And I don't think a lot of people picked that up about you for a little while, about your sarcasm. They just thought it was pretty serious for the first week or two when you were tweeting.
Yeah, actually, my Twitter is known for my sarcasm. People just follow me because I usually only respond back to people that leave like crazy comments or things like that. I engage with everybody, but Twitter is known for like my witty responses.
Yeah, 140 characters.
Yeah,
that's the place to do it.
So you're getting at the starting line. I've asked everybody, and you guys, I mean, you got to be pretty intimidated just because you guys know the online world a little bit, and everybody there has literally got millions of followers, and you're at the starting line. You're two girls, and I think your cast is the tallest cast that's ever been cast.
I think I would be intimidated, like, because you and Jessica are so tall that I'd look and be like, oh God, you guys are bigger than me. But who were you nervous about at the starting line?
Honestly, you mentally come up with your three teams, and excluding ourselves, Brody and Kurt we knew would be up there. Tyler and Corey knew they would be up there. And I said on the very first, they never aired it, but I said on the very first episode when Dana and Matt made it to the mat, I said, watch, they're going to win. I said it on the mat, and Phil was like, why would you say that? And I said, just watch. I don't know, I have this weird instinct of calling winners all the time. I do it for Miss USA every year. And I knew it was going to be Dana and Matt. And Phil's like, don't say that. I'm like, just watch. And
you were right.
Play it out.
I just knew. I don't know. You can kind of just tell people like how they are and how they work together and what's going on. So
yeah, they worked really well together, and
they're a good team.
And we were lucky enough to take that dance class with them. And when there is like an electricity in the room when they're dancing, I was a professional dancer for a little while, but they are on a whole nother level. And
incredible.
I'm so glad I wasn't there because I really would have. Like, I can't even Zumba. That's how bad my dancing is. So.
I actually had a video I posted on Vine. I think you were in the background, Corey was in the background, and a couple other people. And to be honest, nobody could really dance. Like, I could dance freestyle, but picking up choreography was kind of interesting. But nobody could dance, so you would have fit right in.
Oh, perfect. That's why, like, the first roadblock that I did, it was like, oh, who wants to go sideways? I'm like, sure, whatever. And it's dancing. I'm like, oh my God, this is my worst nightmare.
Yes, professional dancer. I was in, for Melissa Baker in the chat room, I was in like 40 or 50 music videos in the early 90s.
He was in the Fugees, Killing Me Softly, but you're not dancing in that.
Yeah, I was also
in some Mariah Carey videos.
I was also on MTV's Grind in 1994 and 1995.
Wait, Grind, is that like Soul Train?
Yeah, that was like our Soul Train hosted by Eric Nies from The Real World.
We're too
I
was
young for 5.
That. Yeah, I was gonna say we're too young for that. I mean, Justin's 10 years older than me, so he always brings that stuff up. I'm like, I don't think I was allowed to watch MTV then. I was too young.
Half the videos ain't even on the internet. That's how old they are. I'm like looking up like Patra, she's not here, like Blackstreet and SWV, and I was all these videos. I can't find half of them online. That's how old they are. Well, there you go.
You should go out of your way to find one and then post it for like a Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
You are the only white guy with blonde hair in the Mariah Carey one.
Well, you could see I have the hat like this. I'm the only white guy, and I have a hat just like
that. Is that the one where you have blonde hair?
No, it's red. The one that had blonde hair was when I was in a movie. But anyway, that's a whole lifetime ago, literally 20 years ago. So what are you up to now that the race is over? Are you back? Everything back to normal, or did new opportunities arise because of it?
New opportunities definitely arrived. I got a huge hosting opportunity that I'm currently in the midst of doing, so I can't quite discuss it because it's not guaranteed. But
just give us a look. You just like
is it like a
new, but
TV
that's awesome.
type of hosting, or like internet, or
it's in relation to BuzzFeed.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah, it'll be digital. I'm hoping it goes through because it'd be a great opportunity.
BuzzFeed is enormous.
That's where I get all my stuff. A lot of my stuff.
Same. I'm constantly on there looking at things.
Yeah.
So that'd be really good. Just modeling full time. I will tell you that my life mentally has never been the same since the race. Like the stress that you encounter, everything that I look at in life now, I'm not stressed out the same way. I'm like, I just like starved. Like I don't need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a saying that
I said that all the time. Like you have all these experiences that change you, and then you kind of come back to like normal life, and it's just different.
Yeah, and we're always saying like, oh, we could do that. We were on The Amazing Race. If we were on The Amazing Race, we literally navigated the globe. We finished The Amazing Race. We could do whatever it is, this daily task.
I do that all the time at school. Like I'll be carrying like bags, and another teacher who's smaller than me will say like, oh, let me help you with that. And I'll say, no, I was on The Amazing Race. And like, oh yeah, I forgot. Excuse me, you were on The Amazing Race. But
a lot of times I just went hiking with a girlfriend a couple weeks back, and we took this really shady route. And I don't know how, but I directed us back to the beginning, and I was like, it's because I'm on The Amazing Race. Don't worry about it.
All of a sudden, like navigational skills improve, your packing skills improve.
Did you and Jess's relationship get better or worse because of the race?
It honestly stayed the same. I've known Jess for 10 years prior to the race, so we've been friends for a long time. We actually didn't argue at all on the race, and I know production was kind of like, are you guys like not fighting? And we're no, about what? What are we gonna fight about? But we never argue or bicker. I know that she's practically engaged now, so she's got a new boyfriend, and I don't get to see her as much. She's in San Francisco, but she's really happy, and things are really good for her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I follow her on Snapchat, and she definitely shares a lot of her private life and her happiness.
I love her.
Yes, her fiance Igor, is that his name? He's a funny dude. I like him.
He is. He really is, and he's a good person.
You could tell. So the race is great for you. You're looking forward to a possible invite to All Stars. Did you know that Amazing Race 29 started? Did you hear about it? And have you heard any inside scoop?
Last I heard, they were just finishing up casting, so I'm assuming they're filming now.
Yeah, they started.
They just left.
They just left for season 29. I didn't know if you had heard anything about it because it was obviously out in LA.
Oh, well, I know Bertram said that they were scouting at the party, so.
Scouting for some new stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard anything. I mean, I haven't been to LAX in like 2 weeks, but I haven't seen or heard anything of it. Do you know where the first stop is or what's going on?
Yes. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear, close your ears for 2 seconds. Panama.
Oh, I like that they always start down there.
I love that. I would have loved to go on there. That's like a dream of mine, is to retire in Panama. I want to live in Panama. I want a little island in Boca del Toros.
But it's okay. I'm like, you're still talking about it, but it's okay.
It's not Panama. That was just three guys off.
No. Yeah, that's just where we want to go and retire someday.
Got a shout out for my Tecmo Bowl shirt. This is Original Gamers.
Oh. I got my Sunday wine shirt. Do I qualify?
Of course. Everybody likes a little wine on Sundays. It's football and wine.
No, but there was also Pat and Jess had their baby.
Oh, yes.
That Pat posted baby Theo.
I didn't see that. Oh, my God. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. They had a baby boy named Theo McCormick.
Pat is one of the executive producers, or one of the producers of The Amazing Race. He just had his first child, just got married. So he's one of the best dudes that we experienced on the race.
Pat used to mess with us all the time. Like, we would be doing interviews after we checked in, and Pat would come over and say, has Bertram come over? Like, you guys have a penalty. You guys
got to go back to the mat. Every time we won.
Every time, yeah.
He'd be like,
no.
Bertram's.
He was actually the one that had originally said to us, like, everybody kind of underestimated you guys.
Oh, yeah. He's not afraid to tell you what other people are saying about you. He would tell us all the time, like, you're getting under people's skin, Justin.
Like, well, you know.
They like that.
Yeah, they love it. And they fed the beast. Because, like, when I'm on a roll, they know I'm on a roll, and they can just ask me the right questions.
Yeah, like, they would say that and then ask him, so, Justin, like, what do you think about everybody else?
Yeah.
And of course, he'd go into, I'm not worried about anybody
like,
else.
everybody else is talking about, you know, you and you two, and, you know, you guys are a threat. What do you think? You know, they get you hyped up, and then they just cut to the part where you're like, I think we're the best team in the race. Nobody can beat us.
See, that's the one thing. Production could never get Jessica and I to say, we're going to win or whatever. We'd be like, no. We'd be like, well, we'd like to win. And they'd be like, can you just give us like a cut? And we're like, no, we'd like to win.
That's smart. That's smart.
You guys are a little more savvy than we are.
What was the hardest part for you? Like, I always say the hardest thing for me is like the downtime, the airplanes. I am not an airplane person. I love traveling, but that's the hardest thing for me is sitting in an airplane seat for, 6 hours, 9 hours. What was the most difficult part of the race for you?
Honestly, I have like a fear of the unknown, going to sleep at night and like being afraid if I would miss my alarm, or I would constantly look over at Jessica in the middle of the night and I'd be like, what do you think tomorrow's going to be like? Do you think we're going to make it? Like, I was just constantly, and I'm sure I was annoying her, but she was also like, I'm scared too. Like that fear of the unknown with everything. Like we were worried we wouldn't be able to do something and it takes a toll on you.
Yeah. That does stink. We overslept the first day. So after that, we were like on edge the entire time.
The whole time, our stupid little alarm clocks on our watches were not loud enough to wake us up.
Especially
from that hard
if you sleep with your arms under your pillow, you definitely weren't waking up to that.
Yeah, so we went and bought an alarm clock with a Disney character on it.
In Argentina, it was bad.
Oh my gosh. I will tell you, washing clothes and stuff, Jessica and I don't know how we did it, but we got one of the hotels to wash all of our clothes for free.
I wonder how.
I can tell you how.
But they did it, and we were so fortunate because you know how that goes.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, we were like, Justin at one point was using the blow dryer to blow dry his socks. Like, at least, I mean, my socks were all like tiny little socks. He had like thick.
Well, I had like leg high socks, so I didn't get bit by mosquitoes in Africa, and things like that. I was prepared, but that's one thing. Like, you never really feel clean. Sometimes you feel like you don't smell, but but you never really feel clean on the race.
I'm pretty sure there's still mud in the sports bras that I have from the volcano, like somewhere down deep in there, I'm sure.
Yes, like if you washed it in the sink, I'm sure that it would still come out with dirty water.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is one thing that you wish they would have shown that they got edited out?
I guess, I said this before and I said it on Twitter and Facebook, the girls that didn't end up helping Jessica for whatever reason, we helped their teams individually in all 4 elements of the race, and they didn't show any of it. So I feel like it would have been people would have been a little bit more on our side had they seen all of that, because it almost made it look like Jessica kind of expected it out of nowhere. Yeah. And no, like Jessica finished her the very first challenge in the cave and went back to help Erin. She was already done. And then, we helped Blair and Scott cook the fish in episode 2. I think it was in Cartagena. Yeah, in episode 2. And then Rachel messed up her clue at the volcano, and we gave her our clue. So it was just kind of like, we helped all these people, and none of it was shown. And it just looked like Jessica was this crazy, like, entitled person.
Yeah, like they didn't show. Krista had helped us in the Netherlands, and I had helped her actually in the last leg in Hong Kong, and I made sure that like when we came home that people knew like she helped me. Like if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have won that $32,000 from Fitbit. Yeah.
And so she helped us, and from that time on, like we were always 100% honest with her, and that's one of the reasons we got into
felt like we were indebted to her.
Yeah, the argument in India, because we trusted her and when she lied to us and stuff. But whatever.
Yeah,
What was your favorite task to do, or your favorite place to visit?
Honestly, probably jumping into volcanoes in Cartagena. Jessica and I mini fought over who was going to do it for like a minute, and we were both like, "You want to do it?" But like, "I want to do it. Do you want to?" And like, we were kind of fighting over it. That was probably the coolest thing and once in a lifetime experience for sure.
Did you guys have like a strategy on who would do what roadblocks and things like that, or it was just like left? Like you did one, she did one, you did one, she did one.
I'm way better at memory, so that was always the plan. Like the last challenge, we knew the hashtag thing was going to play, so I already started writing things down, and I was ready to go had we gotten to that point. She's definitely not good with memory, but she's really good with puzzles. So she did the cave mask, like things like that we had, but for the most part, we wanted to go back and forth. The only thing that happened was I was supposed to do the flags that day, but I was really, really sick. Like, thank God they didn't show any of that on TV, but I was really, really sick that day. So she ended up doing it for me.
Yikes. Was it like travel sickness or food sickness? Because I know like both can kind of start to mess your game up.
I'm going to tell you food sickness.
Okay.
I won't get into detail.
No,
you don't have to. We know, like.
India.
No, not even that. There was, like, before that, there was a time, yeah, like, it kind of started really in Argentina, but there was a time in the Netherlands, like, where we were all talking about, like poop, you know? Or, like, you know, like,
big circle, like
we were talking about it. I know, and
days.
people would be like, I had a salad. I mean, people were just so excited to start being regular because the food that you eat is different, and then you're not eating, and it's just.
A lot of water, so
yeah,
it's really,
it's just.
Water and ham
sandwiches. Oh my God, I'm so red right
water
now.
and ham
I said poop. Oh.
So we also the Emmy nominations were out. They got.
I saw that for Krista's Fish.
It's a couple things. There's there's 4 episodes that Bertram and Elise are submitting to the Emmys for nominations.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's not an official nomination, but there's 2 episodes from our season and 2 episodes from your season that are being submitted for.
Yeah, Chamonix, France is being submitted because obviously it's one of the most beautiful ever in the history of
Dubai.
And Dubai.
I think Dubai.
And then ours was India and Macau.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about
So that'd be so cool. Like you could be a part of.
Go?
I don't know. I mean, you guys are out in LA. You
I
make
think
it, right?
somebody said Dina from Ray and Dina, I forget what season they are, but she said that like their season, one of their episodes had won the Emmy, and they had gotten like some DVD with like the Emmy
official
nod
Emmy on it. Yeah.
Like,
so
I
ooh,
thought
I'll take a little Emmy DVD.
I think I'm gonna go to like a trophy maker and see if they can make an Emmy for me.
Oh,
yeah,
please.
make a whole like.
Yes.
Yeah, Emmy award-winning episode. Right here. Put it right here.
That's awesome. Oh, I
Tar
see.
7. Thank you, everybody.
Your guys' route marker. Oh, your roadblock. I'm like looking at the background.
Yeah, we have a couple different things.
Oh yeah, we have got the speed bump, the route info. We got our
Travelocity now.
Did you steal those?
No, well,
kind of.
Well, we did take a souvenir, but we also met somebody who had given us like they film another version. So
this is in Amazing Race China Rush, and when we were in China, we met up with somebody there, and he gave us all these official Amazing Race China Rush stuff, and they also had.
Somebody said teams are invited to the Emmys.
The American stuff. So we got them all from him.
That's so awesome. I'm kind of jealous. The only thing I have is our flag. I don't know if you can see it, but our flag and bandana.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and a picture.
Where'd you steal the flag from? Do you remember?
They gave it to us at the end of the
did?
race. Yeah, and we had like a wrap party and everyone signed it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
I have a couple unopened clues that we're saving. I might put this like up for an auction and donate it to one of the charities that we're doing.
So you don't even know what it says.
No, I have no idea. But it's one of the official clues from the China Rush season. So maybe we can get some money online and donate it to the charity. It'd be fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So tonight we're creating our favorite. I mean, our perfect Amazing Race. Is there any place that you wish they would have gone on your season?
You know, I was really excited to go to Switzerland. One of the biggest places I want to go to, it's so tacky, but I want to go to Alaska. I know it's whatever United States, but I've never been and I heard it's amazing and I would have loved to have been there, or Australia. But again, Australia is so similar to the US that I understand why they don't take us there. But those were 2 places I personally wanted to see.
I would have
That's
loved
like
to go.
Canada. I don't think they've ever been to Canada because Canada, again, is like you're not really leaving the United States.
I think they went once and it got like edited out in season 5.
I'm sure Logan will tell us.
Yeah, I think they went in season 5. It got edited out. So yeah, Canada was. I don't know. For us, we were really hoping. I was hoping for New Zealand. I would have loved to go to New Zealand. I know she wanted to go to Italy
or like Scotland, or just like someplace where my family's from, just to kind of breathe the air that my ancestors are from. It's corny, but
no, that's awesome.
Well, Logan and Michael would tell you otherwise. Like most people want to go places where their family's from, but I think that's I think that's only human and only natural to want to see where your family comes from. So.
Yeah, I wanted to stop in Germany at some point, and one of our connecting flights was in Frankfurt, so it was close enough for me.
Felt like you were there, yeah.
All right, they edited out the part in Banff, but they showed the Calgary part that had the Olympic stuff on it. Okay, that was season 5. Cool.
Okay.
Just a little Amazing Race knowledge for who are some of your favorite teams from the past seasons, or were you not a fan at all?
I watched a few episodes. I can't give you names, but I can give you team statistics. There was a couple. They were actually my favorite from everything. I fell in love with them. They wore light blue. One was a former pageant girl. They won. I think it was
Amy, season 23,
Yeah.
Amy and Jason.
Yes, 23. Love them. They were a favorite. And I also liked on their season as well, the husband and wife. They also wore blue.
Who just posted about them?
What?
Blonde hair. He's like really tan. I gotta look it
Oh,
up.
she's gonna have to look it
No,
up.
people are gonna call.
Yeah, Jason and Amy are
I feel
absolutely
like Ben Pal just posted about
two
them.
of the best people I've met. And I mean, they are just the sweetest, nicest. They're one of the first people to reach out to us when we got back saying, like, this is what you should expect. And if you have any
Right,
questions,
like,
reach
just
out. Like, so
Enjoy
sweet.
it, yeah.
So sweet. And like Travis and Nicole, probably who you're talking about.
Yes, I love them.
For us, like, I can't say that I was their biggest fan watching them on the race, but after meeting them, they are two of the best people I love.
That happens though with TV editing. I feel like you never know.
Well, yeah, because
Max and Katie.
Max
Did
and
they wear
Katie,
blue?
they were season 22, but they didn't win.
Oh.
It was the husband. I think they were like in top 3.
Hold on.
They
is
helped.
it them?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. They were in the same season as.
Was it the black couple?
Yes.
Travis and Nicole.
Yes. And then there was, I think, on that episode or another episode.
When they teamed up to get the Afghanimals out. Like,
Yeah.
that was legit.
Those two were so annoying. I'm sorry, guys. You probably hate me. Those were so
No.
annoying.
Listen, you can't be fake and say, "Oh, I loved every team." That's not true at all. Like, there's no way. Like,
we call
I
you out for
hated
that.
teams, and I actually got to meet. You know, I hated Jonathan and Victoria, and I got to meet Jonathan. But hey, I wanted to get a picture of him because he's
I'd still hate him.
one of the most iconic, amazing racers ever raced. I still hate him, but I got a picture.
The girl who did, I forget her name, but she went on with her ex-boyfriend. I hated her on the show. I think her Twitter name's Reebsicle.
Reebsicle?
Yeah.
I love her now that I've seen her podcast and stuff. I'm like, I would do the show again with her. Like, I love her.
Marie, yeah, she's definitely a love or hate type of character. You either love her or you hate her. There's no in
She
between.
tells you like it is. I like that though.
I did not like Ian and Terry. Well, I didn't like Ian. I thought Ian was
Yeah.
a jerk.
Oh, Ian, yeah,
I thought
obviously.
Flo was whiny from that season.
That's season
There were
3.
people that I like.
KK Kendra was terrible. I mean, there was a lot of terrible people on the Amazing Race. But who's for us when we got a chance to meet Amazing Racers? Is there anybody that you were really looking forward to meeting or are looking forward to meeting since you've been on?
From
Is it
our
could be
show or from
reality?
prior seasons.
No, from the reality world, because now, like, we have access. We're reality stars, so we have access to the Big Brothers and the Survivors. Are there any people in the reality world that you're really looking forward to meeting?
I would say no, only because I'm actually not a big person for reality TV. I've had plenty of offers. Actually, after the show ended, I was begged to do Survivor right after Amazing Race ended, and I was like, absolutely not. Like, no chance. I'm not doing it. I will get voted off the first week. Yeah.
I would have loved to be Survivor.
No, and I was just like, it's just not for me. Amazing Race, Jessica wanted to do it for a really long time, and I thought it'd be like, a hell of an experience. You go around the world with your best friend, you have some good times, do some crazy things, and I'm glad that I did it. Would I ever do another reality TV show? Probably not, unless it was a show based on my life or my job or something. But
Right.
that world is not like a huge, a huge advocate for my career.
Yeah.
Right.
I always kind of said that too, like about Amazing Race, like as a teacher, that it was always a show that I could stand behind. It wasn't a show that I knew was going to like make me look bad or that
sleazy
would,
or dirty.
that would
Yeah.
take the worst of you. Survivor, like you have to backstab, but I'm just not that kind of person.
Big Brother is all
like,
about. Like,
yeah, and like for those shows, like people always ask me would I do that, and I don't know what I'd say, because I'd be me, and I'd probably get voted out in the beginning because I wouldn't be able to like lie to people. So Amazing Race was always a show that I felt comfortable doing because I knew that I could be myself.
I 100% agree with you.
Amen, sister.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about you and Jessica as Instagram models?
Oh my gosh. What, like you just said it right there.
Yeah.
That you're just Instagram models?
Yeah.
Why does people see this as a bad thing, though? Like, I see a lot of people who are Vine stars, like Brittany Furlan, the biggest Vine star in the world, hates being called a Vine star. Like, why is that bad?
It's doing things for your looks, which I guess people are against. But at the end of the day, we actually had to go in deep with how we were portrayed on the show, because we were very worried about how they would throw us out with Instagram, because we both are professional models. We have modeling agencies all around the world. It's like, we do this for a living. Right. Instagram has just become a platform to add on to that. So we were worried that they would think we were doing like skinny teas and like, you know, the basic, like, which we don't do, but we were worried we'd be cast like that.
Right.
So we had to go back and forth with production to make sure that they were calling us just models on the show and things like that.
Right.
So I personally don't see that there's anything wrong with like being an Instagram model, but obviously you're bigger than
Michael Jenks brings up a good point. He said some people like love people for their humor. Why can't people love people for their looks? There's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, I get it.
People don't love Brad Pitt because he's a great actor. They love him because he's freaking hot. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's Brad Pitt. Like,
I mean,
Megan
a lot
Fox
of
is a terrible actress, but she's hot.
Yeah, she is, and I think a lot of it just comes from, I hate to say this, and this is so cliche, but from jealousy, honestly.
Definitely.
Yeah. Everybody's like, pushing this movement that like everybody is sexy, but if everybody's sexy, then nobody's sexy. Like,
yeah. And at the end of the day, Instagram is still a social media platform, and they needed to fill a void, and Jessica and I were able to do it. So.
Well, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we respect your career and everybody on the show. Being somebody who's on YouTube or trying to be in the social media world and seeing how hard it is to build a strong following, I have a lot of respect for what it is that you guys do. So I just want to let you know. And you know, we were both wrong about how far you'd last in the show. So congrats to you too on that.
It wasn't anything personal, but like you look at teams differently after you've done it, and it just proved us wrong not to ever underestimate people.
Yeah, you just never know what you're gonna get on the show. I mean, everything is honestly 80% luck, 20% skill, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is. I'm telling you, we left that fish challenge. We got there last, finished before everybody, in 5th place, and 3 cabs passed us. I think we ended up in 7th or something like that. But it was the taxi cab driver didn't want to break the speed limit.
There definitely are some equalizers involved. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I really appreciate you hanging out. If there's anything that you want to get out there, promote, or say, then feel free to do it now. Anybody in the chat room have a question, throw it up. If not, we are going to let Brittany.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys having me.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad
nice
that you finally got a chance to talk to you on the show.
Oh, I hope you guys get in touch with Jessica. I know she's impossible, but I'm sure she'd love to come on with you guys.
Maybe if we like tell her that she can bring her boyfriend on, then
then she'll be there.
She'll be there.
Actually,
and Priscilla, you can bring little Priscilla.
He's the one we want to interview, so that'll make her want to come on.
Oh, he'll have a lot to say about the show, I'm sure.
I bet. Thank you so much, Brittany. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a good rest of
your future endeavors.
Oh, thank you very much. Have a good one, guys.
All right, thanks, Brett.
Bye.
That's awesome. We got a good chance to speak to Brittany.
Yeah. Yes, very
sweet. She was awesome.
Yeah.
She's definitely different than she portrayed on the show.
I wish I could look that good, that messy.
Baby, you're beautiful.
My hair thing. All right, just don't do that here.
All right, so James Earl's not here, and he's supposed to be doing the 2nd leg of the race. Diana's going to be doing the 3rd leg of the race. So tonight we're going to be doing my leg of the race, and we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to let you guys go and get ready for Game of Thrones. So let's get ready. You guys ready? I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I've never designed the Amazing Race ever. I know a lot of people have done it online. I know a lot of you have done pieces of it, designed it. So I'm really, really looking forward to this project. I'm kind of geeking out that I get a chance to do it.
I don't even know what Justin did for his
Yeah, I didn't really give any.
All we knew
direction.
was where the person before you left off. So
Yeah.
I didn't know where Justin was the start. I didn't know where he started from.
Yes, we'll get a Cooper sighting
Yeah.
tonight. Don't worry. All right, so here we go. Let's get it started. So I'm just kind of picturing this like contestants are put on a bus in Los Angeles, and then you see Phil. Phil comes in and cuts in. Contestants were put on a bus and have traveled 14 hours to the starting line.
In the beginning?
That's
14
right.
hours to the starting line?
That's how it's starting. Starting with a 14-hour bus ride to Portland, Oregon, which is Oregon's largest city. It sits on the Columbia-Willamette Rivers in the shadow of the snow-capped, beautiful Mount Hood background in the back. That's right.
Is it a luxury bus?
No, you want them to suffer right from the beginning. 14 hours, and then they're going to go and
do
do
this. Is it like
this.
overcrowded like in other countries? You know how they have like chickens on
People
the
standing up and
people standing.
cows and buses. But they go into Portland, Oregon, and this one of the most eco-friendly cities in the United States. And I love that the beautiful Mount Hood is going to be the backdrop. It's known for its parks, its bridges, its microbreweries, coffees, hippies. Portland, Oregon. That's where we're starting.
Are you busing there to really put a damper on the teams in the beginning?
Yes.
Why not just fly and
No. We want them to bus there. We want them to get on a bus. Remember how we were put on a bus and it was like darked out windows and we had that built up anxiety?
Yeah.
So I want the windows
really
darked out. They don't know where they're going. They don't know if they're going north or south. They get on a bus. Yes, just one bus. They're all going to get on the same bus because they're going to all start at the starting line. The starting line is going to be right after the bus. Yes. 14 hours on the bus. All right, let's get started. The starting line is going to be the Hawthorne Bridge, which is originally constructed in 1910. It's the oldest operating vertical lift bridge in the United States. And now I didn't know what a vertical lift bridge was, even though we do have two of them here in Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
Look this up.
A vertical lift bridge. I actually have a photo of all this stuff here. Yeah, you want me to show you photos? I could do photos.
Can you do photos?
I could do photos.
Oh, I see what it does. Okay. Oh, so it's like instead of one of the bridges that, what are these called? That go up?
That go, yeah, instead of a drawbridge.
A drawbridge.
Right, instead of a drawbridge, like a vertical lift bridge
raises up.
has two towers, and then the whole bridge kind of raises up. The middle piece of the bridge goes up these two towers.
Instead of going up,
Right.
it goes up.
So they have these two, yeah, you could just show, all right, this is what we'll do, just to make it easier. Can you Google Hawthorne Bridge? When I say something, just Google it to get a
Sure.
picture of it, and then we could turn the picture around. So the Hawthorne Bridge, constructed in 1910. The cool thing about this is it has steps that kind of go like this, all the way up to the top. So if you're going to picture this, we'll show you the camera. So the teams are at the starting line, and the way it's going down, it's like this. High atop the bridge, the clues are waiting for you. Teams must make their way up to the top of the bridge, get their clue, and once up on top, they're going to rappel down Australian style, which is face first. So this is how we're starting the race.
I like that. I like starting with the task,
Yes.
before you leave. I
Absolutely.
like how we started with the bike race. I liked how 26 started with the mud challenge thing.
And I love that this, for me, this is a 14-hour bus ride. This is like right off the bat, you're getting real. You're at the starting line. You got your backpacks. So, I mean, you don't get your backpacks yet. So you get those with your clue. So you're at the starting line. You have to race. And then here's the vertical lift bridge. These two spires right here, the stairs go up like this. So at the top of both of them are going to be clue boxes. So you could run up either side. And so there'll be some strategy involved. So at the top, you get your clues. Boom, you get your backpacks. Boom. And then you get, not your backpacks, sorry. Backpacks at the bottom. Then you're going to go rappel down Australian style. But the best part is yet to come. Yes, there's a lot of weird things happening here. So as they rip their clues, it says, head to Alberta, Canada. Your marked cars are waiting in a parking lot with your next clue.
Driving. So do they have to fly to Canada?
I'll tell you in a sec. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So in the extra rules, it says travel by bike 12.5 miles to the airport. The first 3 teams will be leaving on the first flight, which gives you a 45-minute head start. So they're going to This
Flight time, like we made up those flight times.
No, there are. I actually looked.
Oh.
There are.
I didn't do all that.
Well, you know, I put a little more effort. There's 2 flights that get in 45 minutes within each other, and but it's going to be a 12.5-mile bike ride in one of the. I love it.
I'm exhausted already.
That's the way it's supposed to be. 12.5-mile bike ride in one of the most eco-friendly cities in America, where you can actually bike to the airport. Not many cities you can.
Wait, so from the bridge.
From the bridge, it's 12.5 miles to the airport.
You're biking.
With your backpack.
But what about the cars?
The cars are waiting for you when you get in Alberta, Canada.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they get to the airport. They head to Alberta, Canada, where they have to, where they're going to be met with their first self-drive in Alberta, Canada.
People love my facial expressions. I'm sorry, I have no idea what he's going to say. This is all
I didn't tell her any of this.
He didn't tell me anything, so I'm just trying to comprehend it, and sometimes it takes a minute.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this live, so you can get reactions and it's not planned. Okay. All right, so that's how we're starting. I was really excited about that start.
Do I have a basket on my bike to put my backpack in?
No, backpacks are on your back. That's why they're called backpacks.
Right.
No, I know. You can ask whatever you want. I'm sorry. All right, so once they land in Alberta, Canada, their marked cars are waiting for them, and their clue says, head to the Calgary Stampede, which is 12 miles away from the airport. So a nice
I get to drive.
So a nice 12-mile drive to the Calgary Stampede.
Are the cars manual or automatic?
The cars are always manual when we're driving.
Oh, always manual.
Always manual. None of this.
Even in Canada?
Even in Canada, it's manual. No automatics. This is just manual. This is the Amazing Race. You're supposed to be manual.
You're in Calgary, right?
Yes, we started in Portland, and from Portland we're heading to Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
You're biking from Portland to Calgary, right?
No, you're biking to the airport. And from the
gotcha.
airport,
All right.
you're biking.
Sorry.
Yeah, traveled 300 miles, crossed the border on a bicycle.
Trying to keep up.
I'm sorry. I could slow down. I just get a little excited.
I have no visuals to go by. So if I could look like.
All right, you can
biking,
look up the Calgary Stampede, because once at the Calgary
Gotcha.
Stampede, they're going to be met with a detour. The detour is going to be called roping or riding. Diana, you're going to pick which one you would do. Roping. Right. While on foot, each member of your team must rope one cow, a real live cow.
I'm not doing that.
Now, at least you're not on horseback. You could do it on foot. And riding. While on horseback, each member must complete one barrel race in under 2 minutes. Which one are you picking, Diana?
Wait a second. I have to either lasso a live calf that's running.
Yes.
Not on a horse.
Right.
Or
you have to complete a barrel race on horseback. So it's like an obstacle course on the barrel
race.
All right.
First of all, I don't know if I agree with the whole rodeo thing morally.
What do you mean morally?
I don't like how they do that to animals.
It's not
I'm just saying.
It's not bullfighting where they're killing them. They're just roping them.
I wouldn't want to rope a baby calf. See, barrel race. Barrel race. People want a barrel race. How's that even? That's
no.
easy.
Not all teams are one flight. 3 teams will have a 45-minute lead. What?
You said 4, I think, but it's okay.
Well, I wrote 3, so
okay.
I thought I would read 3. All right. So, roping or riding? Or what do you guys would pick in the chat room here?
Most people seem to be barrel.
Barrel race, riding. You can go slow. Yes, there's a 2-minute time limit.
Yeah, see, Logan said in Tar 16 they roped a fake cow. I would rope a fake cow. I would not want to do a real cow.
Fake cow's
First of all,
boring.
you're going to not be able to catch the cow. Yeah, they're fast.
So it's supposed to be hard. This is not going to be an easy race. My perfect amazing race is not going to be easy.
Barrel.
Okay. So once you finish the barrel race, can you pull up the Canadian $20 bill?
Yes.
Each team will be handed a Canadian $20 bill, and that's all they'll be handed. And they'll have to figure out where they're going for the next clue. So what I want to do is pull up the Canadian. I had it, but
it's plastic. That's cool.
Let me see. Okay. Cord, yes, cord. Yeah, but it's the other side that I need.
Well, this, right?
No, the other side. It doesn't have her. It has the other side.
Well, that's the other side.
No, I'm sorry.
No to animal suffering. Thank you, Walter. That's what I'm talking about.
You think it's animal suffering?
I don't. No, I don't necessarily think the animals are suffering, but I don't think that's like a natural thing for a calf to do, is to be roped up by 3 out of the 4 legs. Don't like that.
Okay, they're not going to be roping their legs. It's just roping around the head. Okay.
Yeah, that's
so this is the next clue. This is what teams will be given, the $20 bill, and that's what they're going to be hit in their next clue. Does anybody know what this is? We have our Canadian friends. So if this was the Canadian bill and this is what you got, you'd see the Queen on the front and you'd see this on the back. Obviously, you'd know to go to this place.
It's beautiful.
And it's one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Logan, where are we?
One of my bucket list places, and it should be on everybody's bucket list on earth. For every picture I've seen of this place is glorious. It's called Banff National Park.
Banff?
B-A-N-F-F.
Oh, I thought it was like Dane Cook's Banff. B-A-M-F.
No. It's Banff National Park. That actual picture is from the Valley of 10 Peaks, and it's 90 miles away from the Calgary Stampede. So teams will have to self-drive 90 miles to Banff National Park, which is Canada's oldest national park, established in 1885, and it's part of the Rocky Mountain system. So once they figure that out, and I'm sure any Canadian will know that that's Banff National Park on the back. What?
Waterflame said, unless someone think they should take a flight to the UK. Like they see the Queen. Isn't that the Queen on the $20 bill?
Yes.
Some people might think they got to get a flight to the UK.
If that's what they think, that'd be even funnier. After one task, get on a plane and leave. That would be awesome. So that lake is, I think it's called Moraine Lake. And the roadblock, this is roadblock time. Who knows their animals? Is it going to be me or you, Diana?
Ooh.
We show up at this beautiful lake.
The clue?
We show up at the beautiful lake. It says, who knows their animals? It's a roadblock.
Me. Has to be me.
Diana knows her animals. All right, we rip open the clue. It says, paddle your canoe to the other side of Moraine Lake.
Sam can't hear us, but everybody else seems to hear us.
Sam, hit the volume button. Oh, take us off mute.
Oh, so he said Dane Cook's Canadian. Is he at the pit stop?
No, but I'll tell you who is at the pit stop. It's going to be awesome. So who knows their animals? All right, Diana, let's see if you could figure this out.
Okay.
This is my favorite roadblock.
I got a canoe?
This is my favorite roadblock.
I got a canoe, right?
Yes, you got a canoe. All right. It says paddle your canoe to the other side of Moraine Lake, which is 0.2 miles.
Easy.
Easy, okay?
Oh, what season are we leaving in?
This is July, I believe.
Okay, so
July.
rather warm.
It's July, yeah. Okay. All right, so your task is to help the dog, the cat, and the fish cross the river.
Oh, I know these logic things. Yes, I would so be good at this.
Well, let's see how good you do, because we're going to put you on the spot right now.
All right, I got to get a piece of paper.
Okay. So.
Dog, a cat.
Yes. And now these are fake animals.
A dog, a cat, and what?
And a fish.
Yes. Like you can't leave the fish with the cat because the
I'll tell you the rules. Okay, you have a 30-pound dog, a 20-pound cat, and a 10-pound fish. All right, so here's your rules. You can only bring one across at a time. You can't leave the dog with the cat or the cat with the fish.
Yeah, I got this before. It's just like I've done.
It's a simple logic puzzle,
yes,
but
I know.
you
have to start by bringing like the cat and leave the dog and the fish together, and then you have to go back, bring the cat over.
Wait, you brought the cat over first?
No, I brought the dog over.
You brought the dog over.
No, sorry. I brought the cat over first, left the dog with the fish.
Okay.
Then I go back and I bring the dog, and I leave the dog and bring the cat back over.
Okay.
Okay. Then I bring the fish and leave the fish with the dog, and then I got to go back over and bring the cat.
Go, baby.
Told you I've done these before.
Well, for some people it's going to be extremely easy. For other people, I think it's going to be hard.
Yes,
and
these are hard.
The minimum amount of paddling you're going to wind up doing minimum is 1.4 miles because of how many back and forths you're going to be doing. So,
wait, I have to actually do the paddling.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You have to go paddle across.
I'm solid.
Go pick up the fish. It's 30 pounds. That was awesome. I didn't tell her either, and she didn't get to see.
I'm a nerd, and I have this on my phone.
But that's awesome. I love that there is logic. It's a puzzle and it's physical, so it's got a little bit of both.
Yes, Michael Jenks, you have to physically do it. You have
physically.
Is it going to be a real dog?
No, because there's too much involved with that.
I know.
So I said it was a fake one. It's a 30-pound dog, 20-pound cat, 10-pound fish. It's fake.
Gotcha.
So that's how. So there'll be some physical with carrying it back and forth. Be some physical with paddling
This
and
is
mental.
really smart. I
So-
better step up my leg. I gotta redo
So this
it.
is how the race is kicking off. And then once you get it correct, the pit stop is going to be the Fairmount Chateau. Could you look this one up? The Fairmount Chateau Lake Louis,
All right,
where the winners will get a 7-night trip to Iceland.
7 nights? That's a lot.
A 7-night trip to Iceland, a day at the Blue Lagoon, an Aurora Borealis tour, and of course a spa treat.
Yeah, but you also have to do the Golden Circle tour. We gotta have it all inclusive. All right. What are we gonna do?
Jesus! Could you look up what the Fairmount Chateau Lake Louis?
Fairmount Chateau.
Yes, there's plenty of time for those teams to catch up. If people mess up, there's time to pass each other. None of the tasks are going to be whoever gets there first leaves first.
Wow.
Yes, pull that up.
Oh, I think they did this on The Bachelor.
They might have. Pull
No,
that
they
up. It's
definitely
Saturday.
did this on The Bachelor.
So this is going to be your pit stop. That's the backdrop, the beautiful blue lake, and
This
the winners
is
are going to...
when,
Huh?
what's her name? I think Tiara. She went in and then yeah.
It's just this is going to be one of the most beautiful legs to ever be filmed in The Amazing Race. I think it has a little bit of everything. All right, you guys heard it. The winners are going to get and at the pit stop, of course, it's not Calgary's own, but it's one of my favorite Canadians. Alex Trebek is going to be at the finish line.
Alex Trebek.
He's going to be the greeter.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, so that's my first leg of the race. I would love to hear your feedback. It was hard for me to read in the chat room, so what do you guys think?
I'm gonna get, and then we
Cooper.
also have to bring up the other debate thing
Okay.
for the future legs.
Okay. So it starts off at Hawthorne Bridge. They run up, get their clues, do a rappel Australian style down, bicycle race to the airport. Once at the airport, head to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Drive 12 miles to the Calgary Stampede. They're going to do roping or riding. Then from there, it's a 90-mile self-drive to the Banff National Park. Once at Banff National Park, they'll have to paddle at least 1.4 miles across the bridge to figure out across the lake, figuring out the logic puzzle. And then from there, they're going to go to another one of the most beautiful places in Canada, the Fairmount Chateau Lake. What did I miss? What is this leg missing? I don't think it's missing anything. I think it's the perfect leg.
It's a lot for a first leg. I like that.
Yes.
Say hi, Coopy.
Yeah, well, most people don't watch Tar Canada. So I know Alex may have been a greeter for Tar Canada, but most people have only seen the American version. After that bike to the airport, I would not be in the lead.
Somebody said 90-minute premiere.
Yes, there's going to be a spa. You know spa is going to be it. All right. Looking through it. It's a very physical leg. There's also got a lot of mental, a beautiful 90-minute premiere. Yes, that's the way to do it. 90-minute premiere.
Do we have any gimmicks on your season?
And not at the starting line. I didn't come up with any gimmicks.
Just normal teams.
I think every team
normal
that's ever been on the
jobs.
race is normal
I know, I'm being
teams.
silly.
Unless you count people like professional athletes like the Globetrotters or the Cowboys or the Soul
No fist
Surfers.
forward.
Huh?
No fist forward.
Not on this first leg, no.
Okay. People think.
So what do you guys think? Awesome leg, awesome leg. I love the beauty. I love the self-drive. Very solid. I think it's great. Awesome. I won't tell you because I'm going to use it in my leg. Fast forward. Okay. Sounds like a great first leg. In Iceland is...
Remember, like they had to like climb up and stuff.
Oh, but yeah, we're not going to Iceland. The
No,
winner...
No,
No,
I know. You said it sounds like the first leg where
gotcha.
they had a lot to do.
Right, yes. I think season 6 was Iceland.
Yes.
That's
you had to do a lot. You had to like literally climb up the face of a glacier.
and it's so beautiful. First place gets the save, Edit Express. No.
Is it not a limb?
Logan approves of it.
Is it not a limb?
No, it's everybody. You get you eliminated. It's first leg. It's somebody going home. This is
So the opportunity for people to catch up on the second flight would be the canoe thing. If there was a time to catch up. Or the bike ride?
Well,
no, the bike ride determines
the bike ride will determine who gets the lead, but I also think the roping and riding could take a while. I think the roping is not going to be easy. I think the riding in under 2 minutes, I think it'll be a chance to pass each other for people who are more familiar with horseback riding. I think they'll get it a lot faster. I think there's a chance to pass people there, especially if you switch, because the roping, if you're good at lassoing, you'll be great. If you're not, it could take all day. And then I think the equalizer is definitely going to be, there's a 90-mile drive which
You
is
can
time.
bet I'll be driving.
Which is time for
I'll be making
people.
up time.
You can pass each other and make time up because of for right directions. I think that gives teams a chance to pass each other. And then the logic puzzle and a 1.4 miles of canoeing plus carrying the 30 pounds, 20 pounds.
Yeah,
10
so
pounds.
it's not just about being, and I like the clue, like who knows their animals.
Right.
Because it's not about, okay, well, I'm stronger that I can canoe better. It's,
Right.
It's logic.
It's just like
Really
who wants to
throws
gorge
you off.
themselves? Like, oh, I don't know, it's an eating
know.
challenge. Like, sometimes you can't figure things out. But I think it's good. And if the Canadian approves of it, then we're going for it. Plenty of
A
opportunity.
lot of people like, rappelling at the beginning, jumping into the adrenaline, lots of opportunities to catch up, the separation.
So the way the legs are going to work is the next leg is James Earl's leg. The only thing I told James Earl is that he is leaving from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I told him the pit stop. So that's the only thing he knows. And the only thing that he told Diana was where his pit stop was. So that's how we're going to do it. It's going to be me, and then next week we'll be back in full steam, and we'll do 3 legs of the race. We're going to do James Earl's leg, we're going to do Diana's leg, and then we're going to do my leg.
What if we have a guest? That's a lot.
Okay, so you want to do 2 legs?
Well, we'll have to see if we have a guest. Do we have a guest?
We have a guest every week.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should do 1 leg.
One?
Yeah.
So you want to make it a 12-part series?
Yeah, why not? A guest and something to talk about.
Okay.
I mean, unless they people.
So what do you guys think?
You people.
You use people.
There is something, though, that we have to debate, though. We brought this up about speed bumps.
We're doing a whole race.
Yeah. we are
12
doing
legs of the race.
12 legs.
So each one of us is going to do 4 legs. There's 3 of us. We're each going to do 4 legs, but it's going to be me, James Earl, Diana, me, James Earl, Diana, me, James Earl, Diana.
Yes. We were debating about speed bumps for non-elimination legs. Did you like that on our season, the speed bump was the team had to do, both of them had to do the roadblock?
Now, this roadblock was really hard and it was really tough compared to a lot of roadblocks, but I like the concept. I like it. But what do you guys think?
Well, like, you wouldn't have a speed bump be this roadblock, but you would
Right.
design a roadblock knowing that the speed bump is going to be both partners do.
Right.
the
So it's
roadblock.
so instead of this being like a 40-minute roadblock, it'd be like a 25-minute roadblock or a 20-minute roadblock.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of a.
So let's say the discussion on the first leg. Say 2 of them in one podcast with the guest
Okay.
might be a bit much. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what I
So
said.
one
Thank you,
guest.
Logan.
One guest and 1 leg. I didn't know how it was going to play out. I wanted to see how interactive
It's
it
the
was going to
summer.
be.
We got nothing to do but
Cool.
talk about our
Let's
upcoming
do it.
race.
So there it is, the first leg. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. And if you guys want to,
Yes, Matthew, we do accept suggestions for future legs.
I don't need many suggestions because I have a lot of ideas, but I'm totally up for it.
Feel free to message me on Facebook with suggestions of what you like to see in tasks. I already kind of designed my leg,
First.
but not like he did. So I'm down for more suggestions. Good job.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. There was a reason why I didn't want to like show everything. Like when I didn't give a lot of direction, and Diana got a little upset with me because I wasn't really clear with my direction. But it was kind of because I wanted to see live reactions. You know.
Wow, a lot of people don't like that both people doing the roadblock. I
Okay.
just feel like it's a way to keep it fair, and it not be like, oh well, this person only had to like sell. What do they have to do? Like sit on a block of ice for 10 minutes?
Sit on a block of ice,
Yeah,
or eat an
like-
ice cream cone, or
Yeah,
when
sell
Jim and
10
Misty had to
bowls.
hang rugs. Like,
I feel like the time a roadblock takes. Now, I get it. Like for our India leg, the laundry that Josh had to do, we all had to do.
go ahead, keep talking.
No, you're blocking my face. We all had to do 2 loads of laundry, so I get it. Maybe it was a little long for Josh to do another 2 loads after Tanner had just done 2. I would make the accommodation of like Josh would only have to do 1 load of laundry as opposed to the 2 to make it fair. But I kind of like the thought of the speed bump being related to
The roadblock.
like the roadblock and what's happening.
I like the thought of it. For the right roadblock, I think it'd be
Yes, and I think it has to go with the roadblock. I think the roadblock has to be designed in a way that lends itself to being a speed bump as well.
good. Okay, so if you guys want to follow on So Snapchat, this is my Classic One Media account. I just started a daily show on there called The Catch-Up Show. It's a show that I do every morning at 7 a.m., Monday to Friday, give you 5 stories about what's going on in pop culture, and I have some fun with you. I'd love for you guys to participate with me over there. And I'm going to start giving away a lot more prizes as well.
All right. So Logan said he wishes speed bumps were retired. So what would you suggest, Logan?
For a non-elimination, what would you do?
What would the penalty be? Because I don't like how they used to give up the money. I don't think that really, it's not really speed bump.
So instead of a speed bump, it's always a roadblock? It's always the double roadblock? I don't know. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys have not thumbs up, like, subscribe, please do so now. It doesn't really cost you anything except a second or two, and it could really help just spread the message for us. And we have a lot of fun doing what we do, and we want to continue to do this every week.
I'm actually very impressed with your leg. That was like, I'm imagining doing it, and I was very confident that I would do the animal because I like animals, but I'd also really nail the canoeing and the logic thing.
You were awesome at it. I'm so happy that you didn't even have to think twice about it, and you just knew the logic puzzle.
What's a most vote speed bump?
A must vote speed bump.
Yeah, what's that?
Okay, so
What did I say, most vote?
so must vote. This is what happens. Everybody in the beginning of the leg has to vote for somebody. Every team has to vote for another team to get a speed bump.
So what do you do in a non-elimination is what my question was. Or
marked for elimination.
What if
they don't come in first, they get eliminated?
What if the speed bump, the last person in the non-elim had to like do an intersection with the last person, like the second to last team?
Intersections. Ooh, bringing back the energy. You like the intersection, huh? I wasn't a big fan.
Oh no, the face-off.
I love the face-off.
What's the intersection where you have to work together?
Intersection is 2 teams.
Like that too.
Yeah, two partners working together from different teams. All right, party people. I think we've had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. Next week, we're going to be doing leg 2. I'm going to be working on I was working on Gary and Mallory. I haven't heard from them in about a week and a half, so I don't know if that's going to work out for them. But we'll see. It's Father's Day next weekend, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do something cool for Father's Day. I'm going to grab one of the fathers from The Amazing Race. One of the fathers. I thought Gary and Mallory would be perfect because he just climbed Mount Everest and he has a lot to talk about.
He's probably still there.
No, he's doing a lot of press for it. All right, party people, thank you so much. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for spending your time
joining
with us.
Yeah, feel free to email your suggestions on Facebook to either of us.
Or Snapchat or Twitter or Instagram or wherever you want to follow us. I'm at Justin Classic One everywhere, and she's beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Bye.